Hi guys, my name is Kudo. I'm the host of the PlayStation Point. Today with me is Tyler. Unfortunately, Armando couldn't make it for whatever reason. So, yeah, life hates him again. As usual, but hey, that's shit happens. So, this week there's not a whole lot of news. I mean, like, PlayStation VR just launched last week. So I guess everyone's busy playing with their headset. But there is some news, a few. So we'll start off with that, and then we'll launch into our PlayStation VR discussion, because Tyler also got it recently. So, yeah.
Yep.
Someone here actually has it. Okay, starting off. The Witch in the Hundred Night 2 will release in Japan in winter of 2017. So, if you guys haven't heard of The Witch in the Hundred Night, it's basically a game from NIS, Nippon Ichi Software, and it's been localized by Nippon Ichi Software America previously. It first released on the PS3, but then they ported it to the PS4, and they fixed things about it. So I would say go get Revival, which is like the PS4 port, and then play it. It's a different way of playing an RPG, so you can't just like grind. You actually have to have some thought to your strategy. It's an interesting plot. Obviously, the artist who has done all the artwork for Disgaea is doing The Witch in the Hundred Night as well. So take a look at it and then see if you'd be interested in The Witch in the Hundred Night 2. A favorite artist of mine, she loves Witch in the Hundred Night for its plot. So she's excited for 2 coming out. There was a demo in Japan, but I couldn't get it on my Japanese PSN account. So, oh well. Then Steam will update. Yeah, Steam's going to update soon, so they're going to now have full support for the DualShock 4. Which is great if you don't have an Xbox One controller, or you just hate Xbox, or you don't want to have a separate controller for your PC. Because, I mean, DualShock 4 is already capable enough. So.
Yep. It's certainly going to be interesting seeing a bunch of people, like a bunch of developers, patch that kind of stuff in. Because there are some games that have been out for a while on both Xbox and PlayStation consoles. Like Resident Evil 4 comes to mind.
I mean, I already had like a Bluetooth dongle here, so I'll be good for that.
I'm just glad I have a USB plug-in for these kinds of controllers. These both use the same plug-in, so I'm set. I don't even use these for PC. I'm still using an Xbox 360 controller.
I heard the Xbox One is actually pretty good. So, I mean...
Yeah, the Xbox One controller is pretty great. I mean, it's heftier than the PS4 controller, but I like a little bit of extra weight in my controllers. It makes it so I don't want to throw it. Because I've already done that with my PS4 controller, and it's surprisingly kept together.
Well, at least Sony is like... Well, they have standards about quality.
Yeah. I can't say the same about their DualShock 3 controller. One drop on a hardwood floor, and I can't navigate menus.
Yeah, the PS3 controller wasn't that great.
It was only a little better than the PS2 controller.
I think that was a lot of people's complaints for the PS3. Was the crappy controller.
Yeah. So they're just like, all right, we'll make these more expensive, but in turn more durable.
And comfortable.
Yeah. It's strange to think that at the time, the most durable controller was a tiny little wand called the Wii Remote.
Nintendo is like meant to build things that actually sustain a drop. I think at one point when they were developing the Game Boy or the DS, the requirement when they were developing it was that like it had to be able to be dropped from a certain height and still work. Yeah. So
that was definitely the Game Boy. There are Game Boys that have survived like nukes.
I always saw that one in Nintendo NYC. It used to be called Nintendo World, but yeah, I saw it. It's like holy shit. It's actually real.
Yeah. It plays Tetris.
Okay, and then for anyone who cares about Sonic Mania, that will be coming to Europe, and the collector's edition as well will be coming to Europe. So, hooray!
Sonic Mania! Yay! Finally, things are looking up for Sonic.
Maybe we'll see how the sales go.
I've already said it straight up, but the people behind Sonic Mania are like really devoted developers. Like two of the people that are working on Sonic Mania also worked on the iOS ports of all the Sonic games, like Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles, and Sonic CD.
Mm.
And they're basically the main reason why Sonic 2 on iOS has Hidden Palace Zone. Like they actually built it from scratch just for the iOS version. So I have faith in them.
It's fair.
Yeah.
And that's it for the news.
For Sonic, not Generations 2. I hope it's called Sonic Degeneration. I seriously hope it's like some weird trying to erase Sonic from existence plot.
I don't really care about Sonic enough to like be crazy excited for Mania.
Sonic Generations is a good time, but I can't deny that it would be pretty funny to see them like change history that much. But we'll see.
And that's it for the news not involving PSVR. Yeah, everyone's busy this week doing VR.
Well, I have a couple of news bits. Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes.
Oh yeah, I was seeing how people were playing with the teaser.
Yeah. They announced they just announced Red Dead Redemption 2 for fall 2017.
2017, the year of video games.
Yeah. I'm excited. Red Dead Redemption is like one of the best games from last generation. Just, take the Grand Theft Auto engine and make it all Western style and give it a surprisingly solid Western plot. And then you add a standalone called Undead Nightmare, which makes fun of all the tropes and cliches of zombie and just traditional horror and sci-fi, and it's really stupid, honestly. Like in the first 10 minutes of the game, you go to a town that's basically overrun by undead, and you meet a character who's just like, I'm going to go down this alleyway alone. You stay here. Like, they go so blatant with the cliches. I love it. So Red Dead 2 is going to be something. That's all I can say. I'm really excited for Red Dead 2.
I'm just excited for Persona 5.
We all have our priorities.
Well, that's like the only game I've pre-ordered. Like, I'm not really buying any games this year. It's like, no,
I'm
I don't
excited
have time
for
them.
it too. I have it pre-ordered too. Yeah.
So shall we move on to VR news?
I suppose.
So apparently the PSVR actually sold well at launch. Like surprisingly well, because people were lined up outside of stores in America and Japan to get it. People were still at least available to get off Amazon. So hopefully, because like the pre-orders were running out before they launched. No, it would suck if you like needed the camera and the controllers, but there was only just the headset left.
I mean, you could order a PlayStation camera.
Yeah, but like...
And I've already confirmed that the PlayStation Move controllers that they give you are the exact same as the ones you could get for PS3. Like, it's same USB plug-in and everything.
Yeah, I think that's what the reviews said, that it's just like it's old technology. They're just probably pricing it like 2 controllers for $100.
I mean, that's the bizarre thing about it.
Yeah, they should really just be like 2 for $50. Like,
I'd say 2 for 60.
so. Eh. And there's 2 games that were in the news considering PlayStation VR. So, Cyber Danganronpa
Oh boy.
is, yeah, people really want that, but they're not. Their Spike Chunsoft stuff is going to try to bring it to the West in 2017.
Hmm.
So that is very tempting.
That would be like the reason to get PSVR for you is Cyber Danganronpa.
Pretty much.
You're gonna need a lot of space.
It.
Because I have the PSVR set up in my living room right now, and my parents were like, "Well, why don't you use it in your back room?" I'm like, yeah, rising VR in this place.
I mean, if it comes out in the summer and the fall, I'll probably be living somewhere else. I don't know where though.
Yeah,
So I might factor that in when I go apartment hunting.
factor in. Excuse me, will this allow me to play PSVR? If not, then no, I'm not interested.
Well, you know when Armando once plays the summer lessons? Well, they're gonna try to bring that to the West as well with English subtitles, or they're trying to bring it to Asia with English subtitles next year.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
It's
2000,
happening.
2017 is the year of video games. So you have it set up in your living room.
Hmm.
So how's that gone so far?
Well, my living room's larger than the space required, so I guess it's going all right. The optimal space for PSVR is 10 feet by 6 feet. So, the space I have is like 12 feet by 24 feet. So I have plenty of room to walk around and everything. But if I want to like sit down and do something, I need to set up a chair a couple feet in front of the couch, which is a minor hassle, but whatever. Uh, Other than that, I just need to learn to not have any lights on, uh, facing the camera, because like it messes with PlayStation Move controllers.
Uh,
Um, but I started with PlayStation VR Worlds, which is the one that comes included with the launch bundle as well as the demo disc. Um, that's one of the things where I tried to start with stuff that I thought would be like good starting points. So I started with like Ocean Descent, which is like you in a cage that gets sent down into water. So it's like I started off with like a coral reef, where it's just a bunch of fish and turtles and clams and stuff, just very bright and everything. But for some reason, the first thing on the list, because it starts off with coral reef at the bottom, and that's why I went to the bottom is to see what they had. But at the very top is a shark encounter.
the fuck?
So it's like, why would you start off with like the most terrifying thing?
Yeah.
Because I started with coral reef, and then I went to the next one, which is just a slow descent, where it just takes you down into deep ocean.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Mm.
So you start off with coral reef, and then you go into deep ocean, where it's like, oh yeah, a bunch of bioluminescent jellyfish. Woo! Hooray! Manta rays! Look at all this pretty stuff. But then you get to shark encounter. And it's like you go down even further, and it's like, oh hey, this ship has radiation. I wonder why. Okay. And all of a sudden, fucking Jaws comes and starts tearing your cage in half. And
Fuck.
for our first experience with VR, as someone who has a fear of the deep ocean, I may or may not have freaked out on stream.
Oh, because like
Just
I know I was terrified when I tried the Vive and they had their little ocean segment, and like I saw the whale, because because I turned and that's when I saw the whale. I was like, oh, like I was freaking out, but I was like, I couldn't move. Sort of like
Yeah,
I was struck with fear.
yeah,
And there was just a whale that wasn't like I didn't see any sharks, but I would like flip the fuck out if I saw a shark.
yeah.
So
So what happened was I went through the entire encounter and like you come out unscathed more or less, and like my fucking knees buckled. Like I fucking sat the hell down on the floor. I was just like, all right, bring me up, bring me up. I don't want to be here anymore.
it's terrible.
It was fantastic actually, because like I knew when I saw a shark encounter, I was just like, oh boy, they're gonna have the shark bite the cage. All right, well, I guess I'll start with the coral reef. What, I'm gonna get mauled by a turtle? I don't know. Might as well start with the simple stuff, you know, it's beginner level. I don't know what I did next. I think I did some very fancy version of Pong, which
Oh,
is,
I think I saw that.
I can't remember what the name of the game is called, but it's like you move the paddle by tilting your head and everything. And that's what I played next. That one was nice and everything, but I don't think it would have kept my attention. Uh, the most nauseating one I played though was Scavenger's Odyssey. You control a mech, like you're a pilot of a mech, and you aim and everything with the headset, but you move around with the controller and everything, which is fine, perfectly fine. I can get used to that. But they give you the ability to jump, and the jump auto adjusts based on angle of where you're landing. So you have absolutely no control of the speed at which you're going to land. So you start off at like the angle that you think is normal, and then all of a sudden you start turning 90 degrees immediately, and like you go like 100 degrees and everything, and then you go upside down. It's like they do so many quick angles and stuff that um, I just got nauseous pretty easily. Um, and I'm not one to get motion sick very often, but that was just something that threw me off a bit when I first played. Uh, I thought it was interesting at the very least. Um, but I think my favorite game that I played in VR worlds was the London Heist, which is a story based, which is like a story based first person shooter where you're in a fixed position at all times, but you still get to move around. Like you can use your hands and everything to grab things. I used a motion controller for this. Used motion controllers for it because I thought that was the best way to do it, and I thought it was the best way too. Because the first scene where you actually get to like grab and interact with things, the first thing you get is a cigar and a lighter. So I picked up the cigar, picked up the lighter, lit the cigar, and then proceeded to put the cigar towards my face, and then I take it away and puff of smoke comes out. It's like, cool. But they also do something really cool with PlayStation VR, which is you can plug it into your headset through an inline controller, like an inline remote, that like can turn up the volume, turn it down, mute the mic, turn it off, stuff like that. And it allows for 3D audio, like positional 3D audio. So there's a scene where a guy gives you a phone. So you take the phone and put it up to your ear, and then the speaker goes to your right ear if you put it up to your right ear. I thought that was really cool. But the shooting mechanics were hilarious to me because I thought it was amazing when I first was able to grab a magazine for a weapon off screen while still shooting. So like keeping my perspective on it, grabbed a magazine, was able to reload. That was like the moment where I realized what VR is capable of. Because like once you get used to the situation, like it's almost pretty one to one. because like I was able to just focus on the situation and just grab ammo whenever I needed to. But yeah, that was probably the first real experience I had with VR is playing the London Heist. Um, I think I tried a couple other games since then. I tried Job Simulator because there was a demo in the disc. They give you a demo disc as well with like 20 games in it, and I haven't used a demo disc since like the PlayStation 2. So um, I played Job Simulator first, which is kind of silly because who wants to simulate jobs? But I just tried it for a few minutes because that's how long the demo is, and I thought it was interesting. And then I played Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, which is an on-rail shooter, and I really like on-rail shooters, so I was all for it. Uh, yeah, those are all the games I've played so far. I've had the PSVR for about a day at this point, uh, and I haven't really had the chance to dig into any other games yet.
Well, I know Armando has been tweeting a lot about the PSVR, and he's fucking loves it.
Hmm. Yeah, I certainly enjoy it as well, but I'm really glad that the current lineup has a couple of uh, like huge AAA titles in there because the demo disc has Drive Club VR in it, which I'm a racing game fan, thankfully. But I haven't tried it yet because the install is pretty large. Because Drive Club is a pretty massive game to begin with. So I took the time to. I'm taking the time to install Drive Club VR, and I'm probably going to try it later.
I
But
heard that like Tri Club VR was probably the most nauseating of them all. People were talking about.
well, yeah. I mean, because everybody's used to driving at normal speeds, you have to get acclimated to racing at high speeds, and the same thing goes for VR. Um, you don't start with the high action, quick movement games. You start with the simple stuff where you look around at your leisure. And the first mistake I think people make is they try stuff that is fast first. Like the experienced gamer would be like, I've played these games before without VR. I'm pretty sure I can handle it with VR, and they can't. You absolutely can't. Um,
No.
uh, so when you first play VR, you have to start with the simple stuff first in order to get used to it. I'm still not used to it, and the problem with VR at the moment for me is that because I've just never done it, so I'm like starting for the first time. It takes a little bit of time. So like right now I'm half nauseous trying to like relax and everything, and I have to rest because I've been spending a lot of time playing VR games, and I've been taking breaks whenever I can, but I still need to like rest today. So yeah, VR was certainly an eye opener. Um, I kind of wish that I had more games to play, that like more full games. I got a huge kick out of Until Dawn: Rush of Blood, but that's because of my inner arcade fan talking about this. Because like I'm a huge diehard fan of on-rail shooters, and Until Dawn: Rush of Blood is just an on-rail shooter. So like it's like a roller coaster ride, but you get to shoot a bunch of things, and it's like really gritty and violent kind of level design, I could say. Like the first level is you in a slaughterhouse with pigs like 100 times your size. So, you know, I really like on-rail shooters. Is all I'm saying.
That's fine. So I'm gonna read Armando's Twitter line. So he's saying Res Infinite is awesome. That you
Hmm.
should get it if you get PSVR, apparently.
Yeah.
And then apparently then he said that Hatsune Miku, the VR one, has trophies and he has this like questioning sort of emoji going on, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, the thinking emoji.
Yep.
The sinister plots emoji.
But as far as
I can be a weeb and get rewarded for it.
yes, you can.
Buy it now. PlayStation VR.
Like honestly, he's loving it. But the last time he tweeted was 28 minutes ago. So I guess
Mm,
he went to go do something else.
yeah.
So he's enjoying it. He hasn't mentioned anything about Batman VR or any other VR games at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
But he loves it. You're liking it so far. So I guess it's good. But do you think that it needs a lot more in terms of software output in the next year for it to really like continue?
Well, I think Sony knows that. I don't think I need to say that um, it's something that needs a year to like build a decent library. That's what happens with a lot of consoles. It took the PS4 and I think the Wii U like 2 years to have a very strong library of games. This the same thing is going to be for PlayStation VR. It's going to take a year or two to get a really strong library, but the concepts and games we have currently are very strong examples of what VR is capable of. The one thing I want to see is an RPG that uses VR because I would like that. I mean, we're going to be getting that, and I hope Sony signs off on Bethesda allowing the PSVR to be used with Fallout 4 because Fallout 4 plans on having VR support in the future. So I'd love to see the PSVR get that support as well. Um,
So then, would
yeah.
you recommend our listeners slash viewers get a PSVR now, or wait a year?
My question that I'll respond to that question with is: do you want VR now, or are you willing to wait for? Um, are you willing to wait for that library? Is the better question because as it stands, the current price for the launch bundle is early adopter. If you really want VR, you're going to get VR at some point in like the next year, regardless of the price right now. But if you're not going to get VR, like if you aren't interested in VR or anything, then odds are $500 is not going to be the price point you're looking for with this. So the answer I have is if you want VR, you're going to have to pony up at some point in the next year for $500. But if you're not going to want VR, then you're better off just sticking with your PS4. That's just how I'm going to respond to questions about VR in general, because this is among one of the two, maybe among one of the cheapest, I think, because Oculus Rift is 600 and the Vive is $800. This is 500. Um, the Samsung Gear I think is like 30 something, $300.
Yeah, but that's assuming you have like a Samsung capable phone.
Yeah,
And I can tell you a lot of people have iPhones for a
yeah.
reason. So unless like Apple comes out with their own VR headset, or we can use like a Google headset.
Hmm. That's the thing is I'm not going to say that you need to buy this now because that's entirely on if you think VR is for you. If you really want to be if you really want to try VR and you think you would enjoy VR, then get the launch bundle. Uh, spend like 20-30 minutes setting it up, getting used to it, and then play a couple games that are really slow paced and give you freedom of motion and movement, and then work your way up to the really high paced action stuff. If you're not interested in VR, then you're better off waiting for a while until you either try VR for the first time or find games in the VR lineup that interest you.
I mean, like I've already tried VR. I think it's actually amazing. My problem is that like there's not a strong enough library quite yet, but I don't know if I can really afford to fork over like $500 at the moment.
That's understandable. That's why I said that PlayStation VR at the moment is early adopter. I think the same thing goes for the Oculus Rift and the Vive. All of this are just things that you have to understand is just a really advanced peripheral. Like stuff like this shouldn't have come out in this year. It should have been maybe 2 or 3 years down the line when the when the hardware would be more capable and more affordable. But because it's out now, it's going to cost a lot, and it's going to not be as strong at the start as it would have been 2 years later. So that's just something people need to understand is it's not going to be something that is going to blow your mind every time, because you'll have to take some guesses on what would be good experiences with VR. You're going to have your silly stuff, you're going to have your serious stuff, but the point is that you just find games that you enjoy in VR when you get the headset. So yeah.
Yeah, they'll just wait for Psychonauts Rhombus and Ruin, which
Yeah.
I saw the demo for that when E3 was going on. That was really cool. Like
I want to
that's
see
what I want
some gameplay of what did I do to deserve this
to
VR,
do.
because I think that would be, if it comes out in the West, I would totally get it, because I want an RPG VR game. I think that would be pretty sweet.
That would be. And so I'm like, unless one of you two sends me your VR headsets, I can only go off based what people say, and it sounds like it's going good so far.
I'd probably bring it with me on a meetup if we ever do a meetup.
That's the other problem. Like, when do we do a meetup? Who has money? Oh, that's a good point.
We have a lot of problems here.
Also, if you're gonna do a
Let's
meetup,
sleep
I
on
would.
it. Talk about it
Well,
next year.
well, like, if we were gonna do a meetup, I would want you to come when I was doing the school break.
Yeah.
Because it's already, like, I'm already kind of want to die. So tired.
Yeah. Even coffee can't help you here.
Coffee, well, not drip coffee. I need espresso coffee.
You need just shots of coffee. Just inject it into your arm. Straight
Yeah.
up caffeine.
Yeah, I need an espresso machine.
Mm.
You get 2 shots of espresso, just put some cream in, sugar, and just drink it. Be on the go.
Mm-hmm.
So I cannot do energy drinks. Everyone's like, drink Red Bull, and I'm like, that's disgusting.
Yeah. Everyone's just like, Red Bull's the most disgusting energy drink of them all. Have you had Monster?
Yeah, I've had
That stuff,
Monster.
that stuff tastes like powder going down. And like I like Red Bull because I use it actually just I actually use it to relax.
The fuck?
Yeah, because it has like a few muscle relaxants in it, like ginseng and shit. So I usually drink that to relax. Only like a can, but yeah.
I can do full throttle. I like the Monster Rehabs though; they actually taste good.
Yeah. I remember watching a couple of YouTubers that were just like, I would suck dick for Monster Rehab. Like, okay.
Well, cause like it actually tastes good.
Yeah.
I haven't had one in a while.
I believe you. My dad drinks Monster Java, and I took like a sip of that. It's like drinking Monster, like a Monster brand coffee.
Ew.
Have you ever drank Monster? If you ever
Ew.
drank like straight up Monster, then imagine that, but with a coffee aftertaste.
Oh god, that's disgusting.
It's so
Ugh.
bad. He gets like 4 packs of those at once, and then he's just like, yeah, these are good. It's like, okay.
No. Like, you used to have some weird ass taste.
Yeah. He's the kind of guy that likes liver and onions too. So
Oh God, no.
he's I have that dad. That just is like, this is delicious. I'm just like, all right, I'm gonna have a pizza if that's okay.
Yeah, I was gonna. When did you stream last night? Because I was.
Like 11 p.m. Like I had set up everything, but I had to wait for my parents to go to bed before I could use VR.
Yeah, because I got off taiko practice at 11, but we didn't really get back until 11:30 because I want to go get something from
I
the.
streamed for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I was already kind of asleep after practice because the way we were doing
Right.
we started a new song and we have to be in a certain position and oh God, my legs hurt.
Right. Well, I'm uploading the VOD to my YouTube channel, and then I'm probably gonna master edit the games into different sets. Probably put them on Blazekick as a flash fire group of games.
But you freaking out about like the shark? That'll get us views.
Yeah. I'm usually not like that, is the thing.
But that's what makes it funny.
Yeah. It's the fact that I'm in a place that I don't want to be with a headset I don't want to take off. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where it made me really concerned if I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 7.
Oh, fuck that. Nope.
I'm pretty ready. I'm pretty ready to play Resident Evil 7 with the headset.
So when you put in headphones, do they have to be wired?
On the inline remote of the PlayStation VR, there's a headphone jack in it that you plug into that, and like any headphones that you have that are at least 3 feet long will fit just fine with the length of the cord that it has on the VR headset.
Well, the reason why I ask is because I'm getting Bluetooth earbuds in. Because I keep breaking cables.
I think you can connect Bluetooth headphones to your PS4. Not sure, but I don't know if that would connect. I don't know if that would allow you to do 3D sound, because like 3D sound is tied to the PlayStation VR. But PlayStation VR comes with a pair of headphones. So just in case you don't have some, they give you some. And they give you the really nice ones that have like the rubber inserts that allow for noise canceling.
Oh, okay.
So they give you the good ones.
Good to know.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say I don't know if you can use wireless headphones with PlayStation VR, but they do give you enough freedom to like have all these wires on you while allowing you to be like hands free. So it's pretty good.
So did you have like a hard time setting it up? Because I think I saw a blueprint for how to set it up, and I was like, that's a lot.
When you're first learning how to, yeah, it's a disaster. But I've gotten it down. I've gotten it down to a T now. You start by, so you have the piece that goes around your head, and you're supposed to press a button on the actual visor to bring it down, and then you just grab the back and hold the front, and then pull the back out, and it loosens up, and then you can put the headset on. And then you just put the visor back up by holding the button, and then it goes over your face, and then you have a little dial that tightens the band around your head so it doesn't slip. I can put it on in maybe 20, 30 seconds. But when I first was learning how to put it on, it took me like 5 minutes.
Be like, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
That's just how does science? Yeah, it's something that you get used to. Just like VR in general. It's just something you get used to doing. It becomes routine.
Would you want to actually have a visual novel in VR? Because like my boyfriend's been visiting and we've been playing Steins Gate on the PS3.
I don't know. I I just found out from a friend of mine that apparently Steam is enforcing a rule that all VNs on uh, Steam are going to be given an adult rating, like an M rating, because so many VNs come out on Steam anyways, and it's really hard to determine which ones will have sexual themes or nudity in them.
Okay. It's
Well,
kind of weird.
yeah, it is weird, but I agree with them because I remember like the first one that caused a huge thing was Go Go Nippon,
Was it
which is
that
like
cat one?
no, that's Nekopara.
Okay.
But no, Go Go Nippon is one where it's like you go to Japan and you live with two girls. It's like, oh yeah, everything's nice, and you're kind of learning about Japanese culture and everything, and all of a sudden you like walk in on them changing clothes. It's like, what the fuck?
Well, I know they're working on VR porn, which I watched a video about that. And
VR
it's
porn has
real.
been a thing since like Oculus 2013.
I know, but like, well, I've seen a video about it, and it's really fucking weird.
Well, I mean, it's the next natural step right up. I don't know what's weirder, VR porn or POV porn,
It's a good question.
because on one hand, you're watching porn from the perspective of the person getting fucked, and in the other, in VR, you're supposed to be the person getting fucked. Like, which one would be weirder in your eyes? Trying to imagine that you're somebody else or being somebody else?
Which is harder for your brain to comprehend.
Probably trying to imagine being someone else getting fucked. Especially when the camera like pans down and it's like, this person is surprisingly well done. Oh, god damn it. it's
And that's just like for one type of sexual act. That's not even including, say, if someone was gay.
I don't watch porn. I don't know what you're talking about.
That would make it so much different, though.
But yeah, VR porn it was an inevitability. Like with POV porn being semi-popular, VR porn was going to be an inevitability.
But do you think that people would like make a VR visual novel that included something like sex?
Probably. I mean, I don't think it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be a thing on PlayStation VR.
But probably Oculus after the Vive.
Yeah,
As long as you can get it through Steam.
I mean, they're not going to bar VNs from getting put on Steam. They're just going to give them all M ratings because there are just a lot of VNs and too many of them. Because like there are some VNs that are just like 99% tame, but they have like that one bath scene in it, and like that's what ticks people.
I think that's what happened when I saw someone streaming Nekopara, and they realized that like they had to turn off the screen. Yeah. Because if they didn't, they would be banned from Twitch, and they were like, "Oh shit."
Yeah. That's exactly it. That's why they give M ratings to all VNs now. Like it's a totally understandable reason.
But like, what if there wasn't, and then do you think the developer could go to Steam and be like, this doesn't need an M rating?
They probably could, but it's just a new guideline in Steam. And the main reason why I bring it up, that's one of the counterpoints that I brought up as well, is there are some VNs that I'm pretty sure don't have any sexual themes in them. Like I brought up Clannad, which I think
that doesn't have sexual scenes as far as I can tell. It's just really fucking sad.
Yeah, that's why I brought up Clannad as like a counterpoint to this, but I still agree that it's something that should happen because you can't really be sure with a lot of these games. Like there are VNs that like go through the entire thing being perfectly fine, and then right at the end, it's like, oh hey, there's a digital. All right. Well, okay. Had enough of VNs for today. Yeah.
I also
So
feel like it could be interesting to do like something like Steins Gate in
I
VR.
think I think something more interesting would be to take the VN narrative and put it into a 3D environment. Because um yeah.
Well,
Trust me, there was a couple minutes of dead air there because I didn't know what to talk about.
for some reason, like it said the connection was lost, and I was like, "The fuck? What are you talking about?" And then I then opened it up again, and it was fine. I was like, "Oh, okay, Google, fuck it, whatever."
Yeah.
So I was just asking if you had anything else to add about VR.
Um, Not really. I'm gonna take some time to get used to it, but other than that, I mean, I'm more than excited to just see what comes out of it. Um, I heard that Resident Evil 7 is getting another update soon, so
Joy.
yeah, joy to me because I played Until Dawn Rush of Blood, and they give you a couple spooks.
So, do you know when the game for Resident Evil VR is coming out, or no?
For what?
Do you know when Resident Evil 7 is going to come out?
January, I
So,
think.
so
They
will you
gave an
be?
announcement date pretty like right when they announced it. Let me find out. January 24th.
So, are you gonna do a live stream then?
Possibly. I could, if there's interest in it, I definitely live stream it on BlazeKick Live.
I know I will be live streaming Persona 5 when I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, have fun. Have fun streaming it on your end because I'm going to be playing it alone, hiding. I'm going to be like in my room, just complete darkness in my room, just only the TV on, playing Persona 5, just like
I
enjoying
actually
it.
had to move my PS4 in here. I have it in the living room right now, so right now I have the Wii U on my desk because it's
Hmm.
tiny and compact, but I'd have to move my Wii U out to the living room, and then I'd have to move the PS4 in here,
Hmm.
which is gonna be weird because like I don't really have that much space. I mean, I could have extended the desk, but I didn't know that until after I put a bunch of stuff on it, and I was like, fuck it.
Right. I think the
So,
one thing that um, the Resident Evil 7, I'm probably going to pick up. Um, the one thing I'm interested in seeing what they do with it is if it's going to be the if it's going to be the kind of horror where you're completely powerless, or if you're going to be given weapons to defend yourself with.
I feel like
Because
you are gonna have weapons, but they only work to a certain extent.
I've always attributed Resident Evil as a fantastic survival horror because they give you the resources to survive, like they give you weaponry, but they restrict the ammunition you get. So like if you're really skillful with the game, you can absolutely go through the entire game without attacking, without shooting or defending yourself from an enemy. You just avoid them, like run around them. But I don't know if that's going to be possible with Resident Evil 7, and to what degree they'll be doing weaponry. Like if it's going to be only melee weapons, or if they're going to give you firearms but really limited ammunition. I just want to see what they have in store.
I mean, do you think it would have been better to launch VR with Resident Evil 7 or no?
Considering that Resident Evil 7 is going to be pretty spooky, and October is the month of spooks, I would have said yes to that. But I think what they're doing with the teaser is giving us more than enough reason to keep an eye out for it. Because I don't think I've ever seen a company update their teaser game like every month with new content for people to like search and find.
Yeah, because like they gave the finger a purpose now. the creepy
Yeah.
finger.
Yeah. Like they started off by giving you nothing, like not a whole lot. They gave you like basis for one ending, but now they're giving you so many paths and routes and answers. Like I think what they're doing right now is fantastic lead into what you're going to be experiencing in Resident Evil 7.
Yeah, I'm just gonna watch someone play.
You'll be able to watch me play.
Yes, because I don't play spooky games like that.
I kind of hope you'll be able to play it with motion controllers, but if not, then I'm perfectly fine with playing with the DualShock 4. One other game I'm going to be playing on stream at some point is Farpoint, because I think I'll finally have a use for, where is that thing? I had it around here somewhere. I think it's in my room.
Well, then.
I have the sharpshooter controller that came with Resistance 3 that I can finally use for a game again. And Farpoint's going to be the game. I'm kind of curious though. What game do you think would benefit? What game do you think would have a good VR concept behind it?
Oh, that's really hard. Cause danganronpa would be good, obviously.
Mhm.
I don't think Disgaea would be a good fit though. Just the way the game has always been done.
It's been isometric tactical RPG, so I don't think strategy RPG. Sorry.
As the way it's designed, I don't think it would work. It's really hard because I just haven't had a lot of time to play video games in general. So
I think Kerbal Space Program would be pretty good with VR.
It could be.
I mean, you have all those survival games, like Rust and
Actually, what if Journey was in VR?
ooh, that would be a reason to get PlayStation VR, is to enjoy Journey in VR.
Yes, if you already bought the PS3 and PS4 version, you get Journey on VR for free. They could totally do that. And that'd be awesome, actually.
I think Journey was already cross-buy.
I
all the
got
better,
it.
really.
Well, I mean, like, I already bought it on PS3 when it first came out. And then I didn't know I could get it for PS4 for free, because I think they did that like a year later or something. Or it was like an anniversary thing. But I feel like...
I know they gave it to you for free. I know they gave Journey for free on PS Plus.
Yeah, but if they did it for PSVR, I think that'd be awesome, actually.
Yeah. Flower would be pretty good with VR, too.
Yeah, like, just say that game company just makes VR games now.
No, that's going to be... it's going to be the Little Big Planet people now.
That's not Media Molecule?
That is Media Molecule.
They're doing Dreams right now.
Yeah. So they're working on Dreams, and then they're probably going to do, like, Little Big Planet VR. Little Big Planet karting VR. Yes.
I thought the studio for that game got shut down.
Probably.
No, I mean, like, I knew Kotaku just said it got shut down.
Yeah. It's a shame that the company that made Sleeping Dogs got shut down as well, because Smash and Grab just had a free weekend.
Yeah, it was that game company actually that got shut down. That's what Kotaku was saying. It was kind of weird though, because it was like they seemed fine, then it suddenly just went. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
I don't know what happened, because they were just having a free weekend where the game was going on sale, and now the game's no longer buyable on Steam.
Kotaku doesn't know either. That's the weird part. It's just like they just suddenly just went.
It's weird.
Went down. Yeah, but they probably can't say anything for a reason. I mean, if it does come up, and they'll probably.
It's the same reasoning. It's the same reasoning why. I think it's inconceivable how Irrational Games shut down. Irrational Games being the developers behind the BioShock series.
I mean, it really has to do with money.
Yeah. But so many people bought into BioShock Infinite. You'd think that they would have been fine.
depends how the funds were managed. I mean, you could say like a
Yeah.
lot of people bought the game, but maybe that wasn't enough to break even.
Yeah, that's
I
fair.
mean, as technically as consumers, we will never know that unless they say that to us later on. There might there might be as part of a non-disclosure agreement, and if they can't say, they can't say. So I mean, we can only speculate at this point, unfortunately.
Hmm.
But if something happens to a company, it's usually because of money.
Right.
So
Yeah,
I
anyway,
mean,
it's just a shame.
yeah. I mean, like, if we're gonna make games in VR, I think we have to think about like why do we need it? If we put them in VR, what do they benefit from that doesn't necessarily benefit from, say, doing like PS4 on HDR? So that's my question. Like, good to keep in mind for development. But isn't it kind of stupid that like the PSVR cannot do HDR at the same time?
I thought that was dumb to begin with, because it was like they're pledging the PlayStation Pro to be like the big deal, like the thing you probably should get to have the highest possible enjoyment of your PlayStation VR and HDR gaming. But I didn't think that they were literally meaning your PSVR and your HDR gaming. Like they're not tied together. I think it's really stupid in particular. They're just like, we're releasing a free update to give all games HDR capability, and this is going to be really useful. But if you're getting PlayStation VR, then good luck with that.
Yeah, that really
It's
was.
kind of silly. Silly.
Sony doesn't always think things through, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, hopefully they think this whole PlayStation VR thing through.
Yep. Now that you have it, do you think you would want to upgrade your PS4 or no?
I'm just fine with my PS4. I have to get an external hard drive for it though. Running out of space.
Uh,
Probably gonna have to get I'm gonna have to get a USB uh, splitter as well, because 2 USB ports is not enough.
apparently not. So yeah, I think this wraps it up for the week.
Well, we have a couple
Do-
sales. We have a couple sales, a couple publisher sales.
So why don't you tell us about them?
Uh-huh. A couple of them are pretty big deals. So if you want some RPGs by the Bethesda Game Studios, then you'll be able to pick up Fallout 4, the Season Pass, and all of its DLC for a discount. 50% off for Fallout 4 and its digital deluxe bundle, which comes with all of its DLC. Or you can save 33% on the Season Pass for Fallout 4, along with all of its DLC, including the recently released Nuka World expansion. If you're a fan of if you have the older Fallout games like Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3, you can find all of those DLC for 33% off as well. You'll also be able to find some currency for the Elder Scrolls Online. And the creme de la creme of this sale is that Doom, the recently released return to form, is 50% off. You can pick up Doom 2016 for $30, and I would highly recommend that purchase. You can also buy its most recent DLC, Unto the Evil, the first expansion for its multiplayer, for 33% off. And lastly, Square Enix, as a publisher, is having a big sale. You can get all of the Hitman games, including the Hitman Trilogy HD, which comes with Hitman Blood Money, Hitman 2, and Hitman Contracts, for 70% off. You can get all three of those Hitman games for 75% off singular trilogy if you're a fan of Hitman. You can also pick up Hitman Absolution Special Edition for 75% off. You can pick up the Thief reboot for 75% off. I don't know why, but you can also pick up Kane and Lynch 2 Dog Days for 75% off, as well as a wide array of Lara Croft and Tomb Raider games for 75% off, including Tomb Raider Definitive Edition. And if you haven't gotten it yet, and you want to get Deus Ex Mankind Divided at some point, Deus Ex Human Revolution is on sale for 75% off. You can pick up Deus Ex Human Revolution Director's Cut for $7.50, but they also have the base game, just the non-Director's Cut, which doesn't come with all of its DLC, for 75% off as well. If you're a fan of these kinds of games, then Just Cause 2 is up your alley with 75% off as well. And finally, we have Life is Strange for 50% off.
Yes, buy Life is Strange, damn it.
Oh yeah, and Quantum Conundrum. I completely forgot. But yeah, those are your games. Strangely enough, Sleeping Dogs is in here for 75% off. We just talked about that company going down, but you can pick up Sleeping Dogs Definitive Edition for 75% off.
Pity sale?
Yeah, pity sale. Poor company. All right. Yep, those are the sales.
So you've plugged Spoopstober already, so why don't you plug your Twitch handle?
I'm at Replay Tie 13. I think tonight I'll be playing Resident Evil 7 VR.
So hey, if you guys want to go watch that, or any of his other games, go to Twitch. And it should be simulcasting on the BlazeKick channel as well?
Yep, I have auto-hosting on BlazeKick Live for all of our Twitch channels, even ARMS. And Noah.
Did you get mine, actually?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in later. I'm going to put it in after the podcast.
Okay, just making sure that got done.
Mm-hmm.
I do not have any plugs right now because I'm still working on a project. Life is just sort of hitting with a bunch of things. So maybe next week I'll plug something.
Yeah.
So
in the next couple weeks, I'll be able to talk more about the series that I'm working on. I'm in the middle of the script writing process, though.
Which includes a lot of research.
Mm-hmm.
So that's about it for this week. We first need to talk about a few more things before we say goodbye. So you guys know we have a Patreon. For $1 a month, you get our podcast for a day early before the public, and you get the BlazeKick podcast as well, which is exclusive to the patrons on Patreon, where I talk about other things besides what we cover in our video game podcasts. I believe in the last podcast we talked about cheese making, time management, and then our guilty pleasure games. And then we did a special segment for the public about PlayStation VR, which you can go watch on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/BlazeKick Media. Yes.
BlazeKick Media is the YouTube channel. BlazeKick Tweet is the Twitter. BlazeKick Live is the Twitch page.
Yes.
And the Patreon is patreon.com/BlazeKick.
Yep. But we also have a website that we will love you to check out. It helps us get into events such as E3 and any other events we can actually attend in person, considering we're all scattered all over the United States and
probably PAX.
Canada.
Well, I mean, I probably wouldn't want to go to PAX, but
I want to go to PAX too, but I need a plane ticket.
Yeah.
So that is at blazekick.com. We have like other things besides the podcast there. We have reviews that Connor, who is from Canada, covers. And we also talk about anime there.
Yeah, well, mostly Connor talks about anime.
It's fine.
Look, I just started One Piece. That's the only anime I'm able to watch right now.
Why would you start One Piece?
Because I wanted to watch it for a few years, and I just never got around to watching it. And now I'm like 700 episodes behind, so got some catching up to do.
You brought yourself into your own hell. Just skip a lot of the filler, and it will probably take off 200.
Connor already told me about the filler. I'm just like, okay.
But yeah, and that's pretty much what we do. So if you can't get like this... Oh, actually, this podcast is also on iTunes and Google Play. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't necessarily want to get it from our website, or you want to have something like get it from Google Play, that's cool too.
Yeah,
You know,
you can find all the podcasts by searching for them on Google Play and iTunes podcast.
don't use the what is it, the built-in podcast app Apple provides on like the iPhone, the iTouch. Just get a different podcast app. I'm not joking. It's shit.
I use the podcast app. It's not terrible.
Oh, I find it terrible.
Well, I mean, I've used worse, like Last FM.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. But that's it for this week. And to all of our current patrons, thank you for supporting us. We really do appreciate it because you help bring more content in at higher quality. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.